I had mentioned at the end of my last video that I had to do something with this thing. This is a change-out head for a brown bear from a taxidermy website that we are adapting to be a sort of a Muppet or puppet for an upcoming production of A Winter's Tale. It was inexpensive, only about $37. What I have to do is cut the jaw off and articulate it. So I took an old hacksaw to my grinder, gave it a little bit of a sharp point, and that drew the attention of my cat Elvira. And then started the task of very carefully, it doesn't look like it here, but it's very carefully cutting one half, then the other half all the way down until I can get the jaw off. Then it's refining the shape, smoothing things out, giving myself a little bit of extra relief cuts for the articulation. The next step is, of course, to make the teeth, because these are part of the articulation. I just made them out of chunks of oak staves. Yes, everything is oak stave until I use it up. And I referenced the size and shape of the teeth off of drawings of grizzly bears, cave bears, and some skull samples on the web at a website that sells these skull replicas of like the ancient cave bear. So I was going to have to add width and length to this foam form, this expanded polyurethane foam head. So I decided to use it as though it were the skull and then add stuff onto it. But now the articulation then continues with creating the action of the jaw. After creating the front teeth, this is the top of the head upside down, and some primitive molars, I then began working the lower jaw. Again, primitive molars. I don't know if you've seen pictures of bears when they're actually roaring. You can't really see their teeth, but this is theater and people expect teeth. So I'm just going to have a little flash in the back of the bear's mouth. And because I'm working with foam and wood, a little bit of hot glue works wonders. Now I have to take off extra for the housing that's going inside the skull. I cut a basic shape out, made sure that it's going to match up with the jaws. I put a Phillips head screw through and two washers that are going to act like bearings. And then attached one first to the head, put the jaws in, and then attach the other. And here is the articulation all working. It's not a perfect 90 degrees when it opens, but this is theater, not the movies. And so it begins now with the adding of the layers that expand out and add width and gravity to the head. I'm using standard craft foam sheets that I can get at the local big box store, cutting them and shaping them, not only with my hands, but the hot glue gun heats up the sheets, makes them softer, and they gradually form to what I need. I cut relief cuts in this bottom of the jaw, and I'm using red foam because, oddly enough, though people may not like it, they expect red behind the lips. Now I'm going to lighten it up with some white and some other colors, but the base color of the gums basically is going to be red. And it kind of reminded me of muscle, like when we were doing forensic reconstructions. Some parts went more smoothly than others. The results were fantastic. The hot glue really did the trick to keep everything together, and because this is expanded polyurethane foam, it takes the glue very nicely. Adding extra layers so that when I put on the final layer of foam, those extra red layers come out as bone. And here's what the intermediate stage looks like, with the brown that will more likely be seen by the audience through the fur. Then I added more detail that will show through the fabric. But next, the armature for the rest of the puppet. If you like this video, please click like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get further updates of my newer videos. And here are some older videos for you to enjoy as well. Thank you for watching.